side. You know how niggas be like, I'm this and that for life. This and that for life. I'm always for life, nigga. This is blood oath. Hey, yo, Madara. Here go a class for you, my nigga. 140 for the rebel. The world turned its back on me. I'm a cripple. We got soldiers, he got soldiers, but I got different ones. Ain't no way out, I tell you what. Don't pray for nothing, nothing in the curse. We can't forgive us for forbidden. Remain in them trenches. Trust in the Lord, but please forgive me for the times that I did. If rain is given, have your respect to your apprentice. Be about your business. This loyalty and death sentence. Look, trying to pick up with a blind friend. They said there'll be many matches. I'm just grinding for my time share. Them devils ain't playing fair. They hunt you like bad pal. But ain't no getting out the game like you munching. You take that office or Dundee. They try to deal death to a priest. You won't make it out in one piece. So you can stand. Just make sure you got the heart. Say your name 3 times and it's death to his partner. So how you feel about this truth out of show? This ain't the like you think, little nigga. I should want even your own people go disown. And the Lord said they hate you for my name, so you better keep it on. Ain't no more guessing, ain't no more questions. Make sure my election till I'm tucked away like George did. Murder for capital knives, murder at the Capitol. The world in amazement, we like fuck em, raise it. I pity those watching life as it goes by. Be giving mercy in this life, I don't know why. It comes smoke, never try to avoid. The dead on my brother be the dead, it's all I don't. It's a photo salute, my nigga. Salute, my nigga. Like how you stay focused, I told him I'm motivated cause of you, my nigga. Brotherhoods and weapons, still got weapons on the scene. And I never do my niggas like Bishop did Raheem. Never mind in all beliefs, they under anesthesia. Shorty say she leaving, said she wanna let that love go. So I let that love grow. But if I bring you to my bed, that's a blood oath. So, how you feel about this truth out of show? This ain't the like you think, little nigga. I should want even your own people go disown. And the Lord said they hate you for my name, so you better keep it on. Yeah.
Dear Lord, I hope you hear my prayers. Because we really need you down here. From all the pain that we going through, we know that you're real, so can you fall through? Father, have mercy when we call on you. I just wanna fall on you. So the power she waiting at the play with. I wish my children up to say the same shit. Dear Lord, I hope you hear my prayers. Because we really need you down here. From all the pain that we going through, we know that you're real, so can you fall through? Father, have mercy when we call on you. But I just wanna fall on you. So the devil you waiting at the play with. I wish my children up to say the same shit.
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Look, I keep it loyal to the team. UPK play for kings. Ain't shit sweet. Got soldiers on deck, and my youngin' did a sweet. This a whole nother way. Tell them get the fuck off the beach. I'm in the field with the cleats. He ain't one of us here breach. Nigga, come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas go retreat. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas go retreat. I'm in the field with the cleats. He ain't one of us here breach. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas go retreat. Go ahead. This shit is too easy. I'm on gold, but they don't believe it. You know I'm winning with the team. Screaming Vinny, 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 V's. Then them devils screaming out bloody murder. I'm about to close the curtain. On my grind, bitch, I'm working. Sorry, all them lies, it ain't working. Them niggas weak, they be churching. I'm a West nigga, that's for certain. If he cross the line, I'm gonna back up and I'ma hit his ass with his Bible. And I come through 300 strong, 144 Leonidas. All my niggas, we eat. I'm in this bitch with the itis. Say, all y'all do the street. Tell y'all do the street. The nigga made the wrong move, he ain't make his ass out the league. He ain't one of us hit the league. He ain't one of us here preach. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas go retreat. Go ahead, I keep it low to the T. UPK play for keeps. Ain't shit sweet. Got soldiers on deck, and my youngin' did a sweep. This a whole nother wave. Tell him get the fuck off the beach. I'm in the field with the cleats. He ain't one of us here breach. Nigga, come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas gon' retreat. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas gon' retreat. I'm in the field with the cleats. He ain't one of us here breach. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas gon' retreat.
You see this look that's on my face, bitch, I'm for real with it. I hit the streets, put on my cleats, was in the field with it. You saw this cotton just an actor, Uncle Phil with it. And then my targets on the move, but I can still hit it. Hey, I speak true cause it's necessary. Gullah Jack revolutionary. Cold on them like January. Commander General is a visionary. Soul food, no sweets. Your preacher man, he sweet. Matter of fact, he weak. It's wartime for peace. Think you hard, nigga, you ain't. Fuck with us, nigga, you can't. You smart cars, we takes. We form up in ranks. We buy the bad, this rap shit. All black, no bright shit. Real life, no cap, bitch. Fall on them, that's cap shit.
I keep it low to the T. UPK play for keeps. Ain't shit sweet. Got soldiers on deck, and my youngin' did a sweep. This a whole nother wave. Tell him get the fuck off the beach. I'm in the field with the cleats.
All right, Shalom Israel. Yahweh Shem Shai Brakathum to all the brothers. That means may Yahweh bless you in the name of Yahweh Shai. To all you brothers and to the sisters, Yahweh Shema Lathan, Shem Shai. That means may Yahweh, or the Most High, watch over you, sisters. In the name of who the world calls Christ. We are the I.S.U.P.K, which was started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General YAHANNA. All right, and today is Friday's night Lashawan Qadash class. Lashawan Qadash meaning holy tongue, ancient tongue. And that tongue, that language is the language of Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. All right. In the I.S.U.P.K, we teach that Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans that you are the Israelites that the Bible speaks of. For a long time, for too long, we don't know who we are. We don't know our identity. We go around calling ourselves Black, Hispanic, and Native American, calling ourselves bywords, calling ourselves names after what the oppressor gave us. And we are a conquered people. And we had a culture, a language, an identity before all this 500 years of slavery took place. All right. So we teach that Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the children of God. And that language that we used to speak was Hebrew. All right. Every Friday night in the I.S.U.P.K, we're teaching our people their original language. All right. How to speak it, how to write it. All right. And so for tonight's class, we'll be touching over a lot of basics. And the title for tonight's class is vocabulary. All right. We're going to be going over just some vocabulary, just some words that we can use every day. Build up our vocabulary so that we can get better at speaking the Hebrew. All right. So it's tradition in this class to start off going over the alphabet. All right. The Lashawan Qadash, or the Hebrew. In our alphabet, we have characters, right? Characters are symbols or images, right? And each one of these images means something. All right. So we got a ba, and what I'm giving right here, this is just how you pronounce each of these characters. All right. When you start reading the Hebrew, give you an example. When you start reading the Hebrew, especially to the brothers in the school every Saturday. We have our Sabbath service, right? And you're gonna get into reading out of the Torah, or the Torah, right? And these are the characters that we have, and this is what you got to be able to read. All right, so it's important to know how to pronounce each character. So I'll write that up there, as well as know what each character looks like. All right. No different than when you're learning English. You start off learning the alphabet, right? So we have A, Ba, Ga, Ja, we have a Ha, and a Wa. All right. So these are some of the first characters that we see. And another thing that we also teach in this class is we teach modern Hebrew. All right. We don't focus on it. That's not our focus. But because a lot of our manuscripts are written in modern Hebrew, or what you would call Assyrian, it's also important to learn. It's also important to learn the Assyrian characters. All right. Shalom, Barak Yallah. Yabashim Shabrakatha.
Yabashim Shabrakatha.
Come. Your microphone's a little low. I'm not sure if you're able to turn that up at all.
Salaki, can you hear me?
God, that's a little better. I'm not sure if you just spoke up but that's definitely a little better. All right, so again, like tradition, Barak Yallah, we're just starting off in the alphabet. All right. It's definitely important to practice. And the sooner you're able to recognize the characters, the better you'll be able to read, right? So this is definitely something good to practice every day. Make it a routine, right, until you get it down solid. So as I was saying, I'm also going to put down the Assyrian characters, the modern Hebrew, because it's important to be able to recognize these characters as well. All right. So we have a Abba, Ya, and some of the modern Hebrew is very similar. And what I'm putting up is the handwritten version of the modern Hebrew. All right. All right. So these are the first characters we have. We have A, Ba, Ga, Da, Ha, Wa. For myself, some of these characters you see, for example, the Ba. To me, the Ba is similar. I just have this little line out and I extend this line, right? So for myself, it's easier to remember the Ba. The Ga, right, which is the picture or the pictograph of a camel, very similar. The Da, even the Da, when I start off drawing the top of it, I imagine drawing the same triangle type character. So I always remember I'm just drawing a part triangle at the top, and it just comes down with a line. That's for myself. That's how I remember it. Ha is a little different. I just memorize it. The Wa, when I'm drawing it, it reminds me of the W in English, right? I'm making the same kind of opening, but I'm only putting just one part of a W. So you'll see a lot of these characters, they have different similarities. You can even see in the English where the English gets their pronunciation and letters from, right? Even right down to the English calling it the alphabet, right? you have a lop and you have a bayat, right? The picture of an ox head and the picture of a door, or slaki, not a door. This is this is a door. This is the picture of a house. So almost imagine if you were drawing a blueprint, right? If you had a blueprint and you were looking down at a house, right? They were drawing where they were seeing the door, right? So imagine looking down at it, and that's where that pictograph comes from, right? And so the English gets all of its characters, or a lot of these languages, they get all their characters and pronunciations from the original language, right? That first language that Adam spoke, known as Ancient Hebrew or the Paleo Hebrew, all right? I was saying, like, right down to the name of the alphabet. Alphabet comes from these two characters, right? So again, we have Abba, Gada, Hawa. Then we have a Za. Za looks the exact same in English as it does in the Hebrew. Pronounced Za. Abba, Gada, Hawa, Za. We got a Ka. Cha. Ya. Ka. And we'll get a La in there. All right. All right. So we have the Za. We have a Ka. And this is the way you should pronounce this is almost imagine getting ready to spit or to hork up some spit, right? That sound you would make, ha, ka, right? That's how you're supposed to pronounce that. That's a ka. We have a ta, ya, ka, and a la. That ka, just like you would in English, that K sound, ka, that's how you pronounce that, right? And then we'll get down the Assyrian, right, or the modern Hebrew. So we have a ka, a ta. Oh, yeah, ta is a basket. Ya, ka, la. Right. So again, when I'm doing the modern Hebrew, right, when I make that little squiggly line there, right, to myself, I picture drawing out a Z. To me, I see a lot of similarities when I get to the Assyrian, right? The Ka, this is a wall, but when I look at it, right, this almost looks like a ladder to me. Like a ladder, like you're climbing something, right? That's how I remember that. And then even this almost looks like a workbench, right? Like something you stand on. In construction, we have something called two-step ladders and three-step ladders, right? They just kind of look like that. And you step up the ladder to get on top of it, right? That's just for myself. Again, as you practice the alphabet more, there's definitely different creative ways you can find to remember what it is you're doing. That's just the one I use for myself. Right. We have a ta. The ta, this is actually the pictograph of a basket. Same thing when I look at the Assyrian pictograph. It looks like a basket to me. Just instead of looking down like you are at this one you're looking at it from the side. All right. So for myself, it looks just like a basket. The Yah is the top part of the pictograph here, right? There's a lot of similarities. And you'll see this Yah symbol all through the Assyrian manuscripts, right? Because that's in the name of the Most High, right? Yahweh. You'll see that character a lot. Then we have a Ka. So in the Assyrian now, this is the first character where there's actually two different symbols. All right. In the Assyrian, there's 5 characters in total that have 2 different pictographs for it. All right. And you, depending on where you write the Ka inside of a word, will depend on which symbol you use. Okay. And the basic rule is you would use the second character, the second symbol, anytime it ends at the end of a word. Okay, so anytime you see the Ka at the end of a word, it will always be this character here. All right. And then the last one we have up is Allah. All right. Again, for myself, when I draw this character, in today's confusing world, right, they have, we see this picture all over. Excuse my drawing. Right? We in the I.S.U.P.K, we know that this is actually a picture of a woman's butt, right? But this symbol today has been used for that symbol of heart, for love, right? A lot of times people will put this heart symbol as love. And when I'm drawing this character, I kind of remind myself I'm drawing half of a heart, all right? And that's just some tips. Again, find your own way how you memorize it. Again, if you practice it daily, you'll definitely get it down. All right. So this is the first part of the alphabet. All right. We got Abba, Gada, Hawa, Zaka, Ta, Ya, Ka, and Allah. All right. If you're a brother or sister in the school who has a little more experience with the alphabet, you can take a look up here too. We have the prepositions and possessives. These are very important to go over. Feel free while you're just waiting to get through the alphabet, practice these, right? These are very important to remember. All right, that's how we start to read and speak Hebrew, how we form sentences, right? We put these different words next to a root word, and that's how we form sentences in the Hebrew. Okay, but we're gonna keep going with the alphabet, right? We left off with the La, and then we have a Ma, right? Just like in English, we have LMN, right? In the ancient, we have a La, a Ma, and then a Na, right? There's a lot of different similarities in the language. Okay, so we got La, Ma, Na, and we have a Sa, we have an I, Pa, Taza, Kwa, Ra, Sha, and a Tha. All right. These are all the characters in the Hebrew. All right, so starting with the La. Oh, Salaki, we already did La. That's okay, we'll keep it up. That's a La. And we have a Ma. Oh. We got ma, we have a na, sa, I, pa, 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 to za, kwa, ra, sha, and a tha. All right. So these are the remaining characters, right? That's how we pronounce it. We got ma, na, sa, I, pa, za, kwa, ra, sha, and a tha. Right? You'll notice again in the Hebrew, all these characters, when you're pronouncing them, then they end with the A sound, ah, right? Except for the I. The I is the only character that doesn't end with that ah sound, right? So we got a la, ma, na, sa, I, pa, to za, kwa, ra, sha, and a tha. All right. And those are all 22 characters in the Hebrew. All right. And then for the Assyrian, again, you'll see some of the characters, again, have two different symbols. The ma, the na, the pa, and the taza. All right? You'll always use the second character when it's at the end of a word. All right? And for pronunciation, when you see the qua, right? Pronounce it almost like that Q sound, right? Like question, right? You'd say in English question. When you see the Q, you see QA, it's a qua, right? All right. So that's it for our alphabet. So again, topics for tonight, class, is just vocabulary. All right. We're going to touch over some new words. Touch over some new words, touch over some common words. All right. Some of these words that we can use daily. There's definitely words that we say daily. All right. So let's get started. Let's go over some of these First one we're going to start with, we're going to go over some colors. All right. So what we can do, we'll split it up like this. Let's go ahead and make some more room. All right. So we're going to start off going over colors. All right. I'm going to go over red. See how many we can fit in here. Go red, green, blue, black, and we got white. All right. Now, when we write in the Hebrew, everything in Hebrew we write right to left. All right. It's different from English. All right. We always write and read right to left. Okay. In English, you go left to right. In the Hebrew, for red, we say adawam. All right. Adawam. And what we have in Hebrew, right, we have these things called connectors, right? And these let us know how to pronounce each symbol, each character, all right? When you have the connector faced upwards, right? When you see the ah, you do the full pronunciation, right? Like we wrote down when we were going over the alphabet. You see the ah, and you see this symbol, this connector faced upwards, you pronounce it ah. Same way here, we got the da, the connector faced upwards. You do the full pronunciation. You would say da. And with this last part here, right? This last part here, we have a wa and a ma. And what we do, we have a connector here face downwards, meaning we connect the pronunciation of these two characters, right? So instead of saying wa ma, right, we would pronounce it wam. Okay?
So,
we pronounce this wam. Khan.
other one is the name of Edom, right?
Khan. Yeah, Khan, absolutely. So, what you'll see in Hebrew as well is that context is very big. Even in English, context is very important, right? And Hebrew's the same, right? Anytime you're reading a word, the context will help define how that word is best used, right? And so Edom, another word for Edom is Adawam. Is that Adawam or Adam? Yeah, Edom is Adawam. Edom is Adawam. And what that word means is red or ruddy.
Okay.
Right? And so that context will define what that word is. But yeah, that's a good observation. Right? So Adawam is red. This is how we would pronounce it. Right? Adawam. And then in the modern Hebrew, this is how we would spell it out. All right. So Adawam is red. So this next one we got is green. All right. Green is Yarawak. Yarawak.
Salakia, Adawan.
Gone.
You made him a war rock.
Ya. Oh, Salakia. Ya. Wa. Rock is green. Yahweh rock. All right. This is the correct pronunciation of how you'd say it in the Hebrew. Yahweh rock. All right. Oh. Oh, Salakia, Salakia, Salakia. So when I spelled that out, that was the correct way to say it. I spelled it in the Hebrew characters wrong. It's Yah, Ra, Wak. All right. Yah, Ra, Wak. All right. Salakia for that. So this is green. Yah, Ra, Wak. All right. Ra, Wak. Yah, Ra, Wak. All right. And that is how we say green. So then blue Blue is ka kawal. Blue is ka kawal. All right. Ka wall. All right. Ka kawal is how you say blue in the Hebrew. And when we spell it out to pronounce it, all right, that's how we would pronounce it. Ka kawal. And then when we get the modern Hebrew up, the ka, because it's not at the end of the word, we would use the first character for the ka. And we have a ka and a wall. All right? Ka kawal. All right, Slacker. So next we got black, right? We got a shade. All right. For this one, give me 1 sec. I want to pull the Strongs up for this. Because in some context, if I'm not mistaken, the word for black is kadar. Qadash. For this black, just so I don't confuse anybody, this is the Strong's definition as properly dusky, but also jetty. All right. Again, when we're reading the Hebrew, context is very important. I'll give you the Strongs for this one. All right, this is Strong's H7838. And this black is Shakar. 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 All right, we'll put the modern below it. When we pronounce it, Shakar. All right. And again, just like as well as the English, we have a lot of different shades of the colors that we go through. All right. You'll see one of the ones we got coming up. We have a yellow that's like a greenish yellow, and then we'll get up the color golden. Right. It's yellow, but it's a golden yellow. All right. So this black, right? Not to be confused with Kadar, but this is Shakar. All right. All right, to the chat. We got a sister, Shalom Jules, Yahweh Shamar Alathan Bashim Shai. The water for tuning in, sis. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, share. Check us out on Facebook and on YouTube. And make sure you hit that sign-in link, all right? I've seen you come into class, Jules. Make sure you hit those sign-in links so that the officers can take attendance. All right. And we look forward to seeing you in the school. All right, sis? Make sure you come to our scripture breakdown classes every Saturday night from 8 till 10 p.m. And hit those sign-in links and make sure you sign up before you leave the class, all right? So next one up, we got white. We're going to go over white. White is Laban. Laban. All right? So we have a la, a ba, and a na. La, a ba, and a na. And because we pronounce it ban, we connect the ba and the na together. And that la we pronounce on its own. All right? So white is Laban. And then we got the modern Hebrew, or the Assyrian. We have a la, a ba, and a na. All right? And again, very important, especially the brothers who are getting ready to take their officer test. Got a lot of Hebrew on the officer's test. All right? You want to become a priest, right? Make sure you learn the Hebrew. So we got a na right here. In the Assyrian, make sure you use the right character. All right? So we got the second character for the na because it's at the end of a word. All right? And we pronounce that Laban. All right? All right. Salaki Braki, all you all good with this?
Canada will come.
Come on, no sign, Chris. All right, so we just did white, which was Laban. Next, we got purple. All right. I think we can fit all these in here. We got purple. We got yellow. And this is a greenish yellow. We have a golden yellow. And we got orange. All right. So purple is a tha, a ka, a la, and a tha. Tha, kala. All right. And the Assyrian, we got a tha. The ka is in the middle of the word. It's not at the end. So we would use that first character. Got a la. And then we got another tha. All right. And that is pronounced tha, tha kala. So we got yellow. Yellow, the greenish yellow. Like a sunflower yellow. All right, a greenish yellow. We have a ya, rock. All right. The Assyrian, we got a ya, a ra, and a qua. All right. Ya, ra. For the golden yellow, we have a taza ha. Taza ha. And then orange, we have thapa waza.
Salah got
Thapa
one.
waza. Ka.
In Hebrew, the color orange, is it also like the fruit?
Well, let me see some of the context for orange. So are you asking, for example, when we read through the scriptures, let's say you were to see fruit in this, like the fruit orange in the scripture, are you asking if that's the same word?
Khan or Khan?
I'm not sure about that. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. But as for the color, yeah, as for the color itself, this is the word for that color. All right. Yeah, that's a good question. And I wonder if that's just because one of the ways we're looking at that too is in the English, we name that fruit orange. I would imagine the Hebrew word for that fruit would be something different. But I'm not 100% sure on that. All right.
Kana wakan.
All right. So we got the pa was za. All right. The pa was za. Let's do the modern. We got a tha. We got a pa. Right. Again, make sure you pay close attention. All right. We have the pa, and it's not at the end of the word, so we use the first symbol. All right. We got a pa. Slaki. Wa, and then a za. All right. We'll get the pronunciation. The pa was za. All right. All right. Are you all good with this?
Kana wakan.
Come. All right. All right. So we're gonna get off colors. All right. Got the names of two shapes up here. We'll go over circle and square. Okay. So for a circle, we got Rabbi, which is a Ra, a Ba, and an I. All right. We connect the pronunciation of these two characters. So instead of saying Ba-I, all right, a Ra, a Ba, and an I, we pronounce it Rabbi. Okay. Then the Assyrian, we got a Ra, a Ba, and an I. Rabbi. Oh, Salakia. Confuse everybody. is square. All right, Salaki, I'm writing it down in the wrong spot. A Rabai is square. And then for circle is Kawag. Kawag. All right. We have these connecting, so instead of saying Waga, we pronounce it Kawag. And then the Assyrian, you got that right under. All right. You all good with that, Brock, y'all?
Khan.
Come. So again, square is Rabai and circle is Kawag. All right. What we're going to go over next is different types of weather. All right, we'll start with those. I'll go over those. All right, so starting with cloudy.
So like the other one.
Come.
What did you write after snow?
Snow, I had stormy and windy, but I'm gonna go over those. Whoa. Salaki, give me 1 sec. What I'll do is, Brock, I'll speak to you after class. I got some other ones I'll go over with you.
Khan.
I'm gonna leave those two alone right now. So we got cloudy, rainy, snow, and cold. All right. But, so I'll give you the Strong's definition for each of these, so you can see for yourself some of the context in which these are used. All right. For anybody who's learning the Bible, having a Strong's concordance is definitely helpful, right? So you can read the definitions and get a better understanding of what these words are in the Hebrew. Right? And really the only way you're going to learn some of these is just getting in the school of I.S.U.P.K. Right? Because we are the only place on earth that understands context. We're the only school on earth that understands how to break down these scriptures properly. All right? Context is very important in the understanding what it is we're reading. All right? So this first one we got cloudy is Ainan. We got an I, a na, and a na. Right? And we pronounce that Ainan. We'll get the Assyrian up here. Right? Again, you have two nas. When it's not at the end of the word, you use this na. When the na is at the end, you use this one. All right? So very important. So, 7, 50. I'll call 87. All right. All right. So those are all the strong definitions. So for rain is Gasham. All right. We have a Ga, a Shah, and a Ma. And the Shah and the Ma connect, so we say Sham. And the Ma is at the end, so in the Assyrian, we would use this character. All right. Gasham. For snow, we have Shalag. We have a Shah, a La, and a Ga. And the La and the Ga connect. We got the Assyrian under it. And this is Shalag. Shalag. And then cold. Cold is a Kwa and a Ra. Kwa and a Ra. And they connect. So we pronounce it Quar. Quar. All right. That's how you say cold in the Hebrew. You got this all written down, Rock, y'all?
It's lucky I'm just writing cold.
Come.
Also, what about the one?
Con. All right. So next we got up is hot. And hot is come on. We have a ka, a ma, and a ma. And those two ma's connect. So we pronounce it come on. Get the modern Hebrew up. Got a ka, a ma, and a ma.
So
Right.
that's the other one.
Ka.
Isn't hot only come?
But let me double check what this Strong's definition is.
Canada or can?
We have this Strong's is H2552. H2552. And I'll see if I can pull up a quick scripture. So Exodus 16 and 21. Yeah, so this is Strong's H2552. Nope, that's Quara. H2. Oh, we got H784. That is Ash. Ash, which is a flame or fires. We have
So lock the other one.
Ka.
Because there's H2526, which is ham, and it says hot.
Which Strong's was that?
H2526.
H2526.
Canada or can?
H25. Okay, so that one, because I'm not looking at my concordance right now, but when you say that number, knowing that it's probably right beside, this Strong's definition. What did you say? H2556?
2526.
2526. Okay. I would have to look that one up. I'm not sure. I don't have that one coming up just yet. I have 2527. Yeah, I'm not looking at my concordance right now, so I'm not sure the context of that one. All right. It
Is the
appears
name
to have the same root in it. You just said it's calm,
Wakan is
right?
the name of Ham.
Calm. Yeah, calm. Calm just spelled like this, right?
Wakan.
That's the name of Ham. And I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the definition of Ham is. I would have to.
Well, I'm looking on my blue letter Bible and it says hot.
What does your definition say?
According to the blue letter Bible, it says hot.
It just says hot.
Wakan.
Does it give the biblical uses, like different times that word appears?
Wakan.
Can you give me one verse?
There's Genesis 5:32.
Salakia. You said Genesis 5,
And 32.
32.
Or Genesis 6.
Well, that would be okay. I see Ham. So Ham, the BDB definition is hot. And the Strong's definition says the same as H2525, meaning from the tropical habitat. All right. And this is why I say context is important in the Hebrew, right? So how that hot is used, at least in this context, right? They were naming Ham as like the land that he lives in, right? The land of Ham is a tropical climate, right? And when you think of that area, right, which we know today as Africa, right, it's very hot down there, right? But so for this hot that we're using right here, I'll just give you one context. Where was I? I was at Exodus. So this is Exodus 16 and 21. It says, and they gathered it every morning, every man, according to his eating. And when the sun waxed hot, it melted. All right. So this is Strong's H2552. And this is to be hot, to become warm, to be or grow warm. It could figuratively be used as passion. And the root is to literally or figuratively be hot. All right.
Wakan.
So that word, that other, just calm, right? Depending on the context, we're still speaking about something hot. All right. So we have kamam. We'll get how you pronounce it right up. We have a ka, a ma, and a ma. Kamam. All right. Next we have summer. Is kwaya taza. Kwa, a ya, and a taza. Kwaya Taza. All right. None of these characters connect. And then the modern, we got the Kwa, the Ya, and the Taza is at the end of the word. So we got to make sure we use the right character. And this is the Taza that we would use. We have Kwaya Taza. All right. Next we got up is Kara. Kara. We have a Ka, a Ra, and a Pa. Kara. And these connect. Ra and a Pa. And the Pa is at the end. So make sure again you use that right character. And this is how we pronounce it. Kwa Ra. Khan.
Winter and autumn are the same word in Hebrew?
Yeah, so the context of this one, how would I say that? So there was a time where it was getting cold, right? There was a time that it was getting cold. What was that verse? Slaki, can you hear me okay?
Khan, you were breaking up, now you're back.
Okay, Khan. Yeah, I think my internet bugged out for a minute. Salaki, so I was saying, to answer your question, these are different seasons, okay? This word here and this word, they're different words, okay? Defining different seasons. To answer your question directly, so I got the Strong's definition up here, all right? So that you can see the context in which it's used, all right? There was a verse I was thinking of. Just for time's sake, I'm not going to pull that up right now. But that verse will definitely help define the time that this word was used, all right? The season that this word is used, okay? But yeah, to answer your question, these are different seasons, okay? They're not the same. So wintertime is Satha. Satha, all right? pronounce that. Safa. Let me know when you got all those down, Raquel.
Kan wakan auto abaron.
Come on, Musa and Chris. Let's try to get some more up. All right. So we left off with winter. We got one more for weather. And we got spring. All right. The word for spring is abayab. Abayab. We have a a, ba, ya, and a ba. A, ba, ya. All right. The ya and the ba connect. That's how we do it in the modern. And it's pronounced. We have a ba, a ya, and a ba. Ba, all right. And if you want to look into it to see some of its uses, that is Strong's H25. So slack it. Strong's H24. All right. So what we'll do to end up the class, we'll go over one more. Again, tonight's class, we're just doing some vocabulary.
Salaki out one.
Come.
What did you write after body?
Salaki, one more time.
What's the word after body?
Oh, body parts.
Kana wakan.
Yeah. So you got spring down?
Kana wakan.
All right. Yeah, so what we're going to do, the last topic we'll go over for tonight, we're just going to do a couple body parts. Again, tonight's class is just on vocabulary. Just building our vocabulary. These are words we can use daily. All right, the words we can use daily, and we'll just keep adding on to our Hebrew. All right, so for body parts, we got Salakia Braket Allah. How do you say I in Hebrew?
Salaki out one. I.
How would you, so I is the English. How would you say this word in the Hebrew? Do you know?
Kind of 1 second, I don't want. Ayan.
Ayan, Most High in Christ. All right. So Ayan. Ayan is one of the characters in the Hebrew. It's the picture of an eye. And it would be a ah, a ya, and a na. All right. It is Ayan.
Salakia, I don't want.
Oh, Salakia. Give me 1 second. Ayan. All right. So again, this is an eye. This is an eyeball, a physical eye. And we pronounce that Ayan. All right. You have an I, a ya, and a na. Ayan. And the Strong's definition for this one, the na, Salakia, is at the end of the word, so make sure you use the right character. And we have Ayan. All right, and this is the Strong's definition for this word. Ayan. The next word we got is ears. Ears is azan. Azan. We have a za, and a na. And the za and the na connect. Azan. And make sure you use the second character for the na. And that is pronounced azan. And that is ears. The next word we got is nose. Nose. The way we say nose in Hebrew is apa. And the pa is at the end of the word, so make sure you use the right character when you're writing out the Assyrian. Nose is a paw. And then we have mouth. Mouth is palm. All right. You can see the P or the paw when it's at the end. You use this character. When you have the paw anywhere else, you use this character. All right. Mouth is palm. You got everything down, Brock, y'all? Come on. I'm sorry, Chris. So we just did mouth, palm. And the last one for the night, what we'll do is cheek.
So lock out one.
Come on.
Mouth, isn't it paw with a paw and a ha?
Right, so what is that? Napash? No, not Napash. Oh, Salakia. Let me see. Let me check the Strong's definition of the one we just did. Mouth. So I'll write it down, not to be confused with the character of the alphabet. I'll just write this in the corner. This is Strong's H6310. All right. That's the mouth that we went over tonight. Come. Yeah, so the mouth we went over tonight was Strong's 86310. All right. So the last one we're going over for tonight is cheek. All right. Cheek or cheek is laka. 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 All right. And that's what we got for body parts for the night. What time do we got? 8:41. Okay. So I'm not going to get into any more big lessons for the night. What we'll do is we're going to end the class there. All right. This is Friday night's Lashawan Qadash class. Let's clap it up. All right. We're going to do the I.S.U.P.K security announcements. And then we'll end the class. Make sure before you leave, make sure you hit those sign-out links. All right. I'll get the sign-out links before I shut down the stream. Make sure you hit that sign-out link. All right. We're going to do the I.S.U.P.K security announcements. All right. We are the I.S.U.P.K, started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can read that in Numbers 18, verse 21, and Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 to 10. Ma'ashra means tenth in the Hebrew. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests is not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. We have the Feast of Dedication coming up. In the Hebrew is known as Hanukkah, which will be on Sunday, the 28th of November, for the space of 8 days. You can read about this feast day in the book of 1 Maccabees, chapter 4, verses 52 to verse 61. With that said, men of Israelite Majum, which means stand, we're going to give a courtesy salute to the brothers. Men of Israel, Imajim Shabbat, Imajim, Barak, Yah Ba'ashim Yah Shai Barakatham, Yad Yom Atah, Sarah Akwathian. We're going to give a courtesy salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, Imajim Shabbat, Imajim, Barak, Yahweh Shamar Alathan Bashim Yahashai. Yad Yom Atah. Class dismissed.
Jerusalem, as the tents of Qadash, as the curtains of Solomon. Check out my Hebrew drip, my Hebrew drip. You know I'm Hebrew fresh with my Hebrew chick, and you do not want tests. I got my Hebrew click. I know you can't understand that I'm on some Hebrew shit. Check out my Hebrew drip, my Hebrew drip. Check out my Hebrew drip, my Hebrew drip. You know I'm Hebrew fresh with my Hebrew click. I know you can't understand that I'm on some Hebrew shit. Check out my Hebrew drip. Clothes with a garment down to the foot. Little mama came back and took another look. Them fringes and them studs probably got her shook. But all I can tell her, I am not a crook, whole team winning. Can't do it by myself, I brought my whole team with me. Tonight I need some help, I plan on killing these niggas. And I ain't talking murder, shorty feeling these niggas. I know she probably heard of us, One West, all of New York, since 1969. Looking for an Israelite woman that I can get behind. Take her to the promised land, show her good niggas exist. Fuck what her mama saying, you understand? Listen, fourth dimension blue is my cologne. All I did was say shalom and she offered me a phone number. Especially when I'm in the zone, I tell fire to the moon. Girl, you playing with the wrong. Check out my Hebrew trip, my Hebrew trip. You know I'm Hebrew fresh with my Hebrew chick. And you do not want tests, I got my Hebrew click. I know you can't understand and I'm on some Hebrew shit. Check out my Hebrew trip, my Hebrew trip. Check out my Hebrew trip, my Hebrew trip. You know I'm Hebrew fresh with my Hebrew click. I know you can't understand and I'm on some Hebrew shit. Check out my Hebrew trip. And you ain't never seen nothing like it with a drip so hard. Made her straight, she was dying cause a nigga cold as ice and sharper than a knife. I can change your whole life just by making you my white man. Look, that nigga got the boost, beer sprays, man. Look, that nigga